I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Wolverines will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Nebraska's offense will take the field first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
It was quite a burden for Dylan Raiola a year ago, viewed as the Nebraska football savior. So, Jesse, how should he approach growth and improvement in his sophomore season?
Well, I think you got to continue to grow. There were a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola last year, and for good reason. He is unbelievably talented, but you saw the swagger that he brings to the offense and that X factor and demeanor he really brings to the team. They believe in him. They were able to win a lot of close games a season ago. I think it's not about wrestling.
And the defense got him at the 27.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And the Huskers are marching down the field. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Rush coming in hot, and they've got him at the 29.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at him. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their...
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
Got his man in the middle. And they were well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. The Cornhuskers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one.
Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Matt Rule delivered Nebraska's first winning season since 2016, but they lost 5 games by a single possession. Now Rule's going to have to find a way to win those close games.
They got to find a way to win the close games. They made the change last year down the stretch at OC, and now does that pay off? Because I think we all believe we watched Dylan Raiola, and he's got something to him, Palmer. He's got that special to him. You can see it in spurts, but we got to get it more consistently.
This was a program that didn't look very good a couple of years ago, and what a difference 1 year makes. All of a sudden, this team believes. There's a lot of discipline, and a lot of that comes from Coach Rule, but you're right, David. That swagger that Raiola brings this offense, it just makes them different.
Pocket breaking down. That's reeled in. It's key. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he missed it. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. The Wolverines offense will take the field for the first time. And we'll get a quick look at one of the early leaders for the Heisman. Winning the award as a running back certainly demands something beyond the normal. He's going to have to put together a stellar season, David.
No, he will. And listen, it's hard for running backs to get this award now. It is a quarterback award, but recent years, Ashton Jeanty, you saw him there. But you got to be the catalyst. You got to be the straw that stirs the drink. You got to put up huge numbers. So far, Palmer, he's been a catalyst. He's been great. He's just going to have to keep it going.
And his numbers are pretty good now. I think they have a chance to get even better. When you look at the schedule moving ahead, they're going to have to force-feed him the football. He's going to have to play big in those games if they're going to keep winning. So keep an eye on this guy as a Heisman favorite because he's got that kind of ability.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. On the ground, it's Haynes. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. See that maize in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So now it's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside give. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. It was a largely forgettable first year for Sharon Moore at Michigan until he beat Ohio State and Alabama, and that's the way you put an exclamation point on a season.
So it helped generate a little bit of momentum coming into this year, but after winning a national championship 2 seasons ago, fans want to get back to that, David. I think the biggest place they got to look is the quarterback spot.
And I think obviously it revolves around the quarterback spot. Last year they rotated guys. Defense was still very, very strong. They spent a lot of money in this offseason at that spot to get it solidified, and if they get that spot right, obviously this team takes off.
Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. The give to the back. Creates a little room. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska's had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, or Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Huskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Markway. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. Makes a man miss.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Fires left. Got his man downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. And the Huskers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll give it to Johnson. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. The give from the gun. Across the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Underwood. Rushes on him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Hits a seam wide open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. 4th down in their own end. They go for it on the ground, and they pick it up.
They want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Reese. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Here comes the heat. Sets up the screen. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw.
And the Wolverines really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Michigan!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole 1st half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. They took it 71 yards down the field. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll run it from the gun. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And talk about a 1st half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the 2nd half.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Finds his man, it's Moore. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. The inside handoff.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard, just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make movement to change impossible. Inside the 45. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. There he goes! They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So first down, we'll open up the final period. They'll give it to the back. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They think there's room to run to the right here. Still on his feet at the 25. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Back to pass, it's Rayola. The sure hands, it's Johnson. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Now he's going to break the pocket. Turns it on in midfield. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Huskers in the hurry-up.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Makes the grab. It's Hunter. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He wants to throw it again. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. Fires to the middle. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Hit as he throws. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. On the run, it's Haynes. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Power football with the run. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He has the 1st and still on his feet. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. This was hardly an offensive juggernaut, but sometimes you lean on your defense and grind out a win.
This was a defensive struggle, no doubt about it, but we know this is a team game, and the defense certainly did what they needed to do. The offense just barely did enough. That's the important part, and David, moving forward, they're going to have to play better on that side.
I think it looked more like an offensive struggle, not a defensive struggle. They definitely brought their A game, but listen, all you needed was enough points. Win, advance, build some confidence, find some things with this offense down the road that you do better.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.